The bloke in jersey number 19 was a welcome sight for every Novocastrian, as their beloved Knights went about trying to halt their three-game losing streak. Kurt Gidley was back after a month recovering from a shoulder dislocation, putting him in a feisty fullback duel with another New South Wales Origin hopeful, Parramatta ace Jarryd Hayne. The Newcastle captain was a little rusty to begin with, as the Eels attempted to exploit his lack of match fitness.
Cleaned up, but only just.
However, there was no corrosion on the winged feet of Ukila Uarte.
That's the plan at least, as Uarte gives everybody a cold. He goes to Jarryd Hayne, and Hayne chops him down.
Hayne prevailed in that little Fijian face-off before another representative of that Pacific Island nation came up smiling.
Goes himself, the drama scores for Newcastle, and finally the deadlock is broken.
It took over half an hour for Parra to crack the Knights open.
Hayne, close at hand, gives the ball back on the inside for Chris Walker. He fires a pass away for Robson.
But the question mark over Jeff Robson's grounding didn't need to be resolved anyway.
The second of what looked to be two forward passes has been called forward by the officials.
The major drama to evolve from that passage of play wasn't the Eels being denied, but Newcastle playmaker Jared Mullen tearing a pectoral muscle, which seems likely to end his season. While that was grim news for the Knights, at least the halftime scoreline made slightly better reading at 6-0 in their favour. After his superb display 5 days earlier against Cronulla, Robson's confidence was high. But this grubber just had a little too much juice for Jordan Atkins.
A chance here for Atkins, who got a hand to it, but knocked the ball dead.
With points at a premium on a wet and windy evening, this tough high tackle call against Fui Moi Moi was certainly well received by the locals, as Gidley didn't have to think twice about taking the two. That put the Knights out by more than a converted try, putting more pressure on Parramatta to be next on the board.
Robson's kick towards the end goal for Jarryd Hayne, coming through. Casey Maguire plants it down, and we're going to check it all.
The Knights faithful weren't feeling too comfortable after Casey Maguire was given the benefit of the doubt on that video verdict. And neither was Hayne after this once-in-a-career shocker from the kickoff.
Goes down to Jarryd Hayne, who puts it down.
I can't believe that. I cannot believe Jarryd Hayne would make a mistake like that.
However, that clanger was nothing compared to the one he was about to receive.
Speaking of stun marks, Jarryd Hayne will need a rib check after being absolutely drilled by Joel Edwards.
I don't care who you are, that has to hurt.
Hayne eventually recovered from that, and his team kept applying pressure in the closing stages. Gidley made a magnificent save on Justin Horro with 5 to go.
Good early ball there, a good tackle as well. Justin Horro pulled down by Kurt Gidley.
And then 90 seconds later, Chris Walker won the race to a Hayne grubber, or so it seemed.
Chasing is Walker. Walker was there, and he might have scored.
A closer inspection showed that the veteran three-quarter couldn't ground the slippery pill properly. And for the second season running, the Eels headed back down the F3, lamenting a 2-point defeat in a real arm wrestle. David Rowlands, Big Pond Sport.